Title: The Last Broadcast. In the heart of a dying town in rural Pennsylvania sat an old, forgotten radio station, WZRD 103.1 FM, long abandoned. It hadn't broadcast in over 20 years until one night in October, when a chilling static signal broke through modern frequencies, interrupting stations across the East Coast. The transmission was a voice, distant and garbled. "This is WZRD, calling from beneath." Listeners thought it was a hoax, viral marketing, maybe. But strange things started happening to those who tuned in. Reports of vivid nightmares, nosebleeds, and some even claimed to see shadowy figures watching them from mirrors. One of those listeners was Jenna Malone, a podcast host obsessed with unsolved mysteries. Her podcast, Dead Frequencies, focused on cold cases and paranormal stories. She decided to investigate WZRD, driving out to the station's last known address. She found the building hidden behind overgrowth, crumbling, windows shattered, the air thick with mold and rot. But when she stepped inside, the lights turned on. The broadcast booth still worked. The on-air sign glowed red. And the same voice whispered in her headphones, "Welcome home." Jenna discovered reels of tapes in the back room, each one labeled with dates, some in the future. She played one marked October 21st, 2025, today's date. It was her own voice. Desperate and terrified. Screaming, "He's not dead. He's in the signal. Get out while you can. Don't broadcast it." The tape cut off. Jenna, rattled but driven by curiosity, uploaded the tape to her podcast. That night, 3,429 of her listeners vanished. They were never found. Only static was heard on their last voicemails, and their homes were left undisturbed, coffee still warm, lights still on. The town where the signal originated was quarantined. The government stepped in, citing a radiation leak. But Jenna knew better. Something was transmitting from beyond the veil, something that used voices to travel. She returned to the station, determined to shut it down for good. Inside the basement of WZRD, she found a spiral staircase that descended far deeper than the building should allow. Walls were lined with cassette tapes, hundreds, thousands of them. Each labeled with the names of missing persons, including some that hadn't disappeared yet. She found one labeled Jenna Malone, Final Broadcast. Shaking, she played it. It was her voice again, but older. Hollow. Completely devoid of hope. "You can't destroy the station. Because the station isn't a place. It's a doorway. Once you broadcast, you invite it in. You let him out. He's inside me now." Suddenly, the tape player melted in her hands. A figure emerged from the shadows. Not quite human. Constantly shifting, like it was made of every voice ever recorded. "Speak into the mic," it hissed. "Or be silenced forever." Jenna screamed and ran back up the staircase only to find herself back in the booth. No matter how many doors she opened, she returned to the same room. The same glowing red on-air sign. In a moment of desperation, she destroyed the mic. The lights went out. Silence. Then, her phone buzzed. A new episode of Dead Frequencies had just uploaded. She hadn't recorded anything. The episode was titled The Last Broadcast. She hit play. It was a live recording of you sitting there, listening to this story. You look up. Around your room. Nothing's changed yet. But your screen glitches. Just for a second. And then, you hear it. From somewhere behind you. A whisper. Soft. Inviting. "Speak into the mic." The end. Or is it?